Hello, and welcome back to Transylvaniacs, the magical mystery tour of Dracula adaptations.
Every episode, we try to watch every Dracula adaptation from Dracula A to Dracula Z. Once again, except for this one. Once again, we are doing a different thing. This is 2 in a row. I feel like maybe a third time I should stop saying this, but I won't.
I know. But next time we'll have a full episode, we promise. We just figured we would, pop in here super quick for a little Minisode. It's a new year. Both Will and I have new jobs. Let's go. Starting the year right. And we figured that we would do a quick reaction because, as 17,000 of you have texted me, the Renfield trailer, which will be coming out in April, has just dropped.
Yes, thank you to the multitudes of you that sent me this trailer or tagged me in the post for this trailer.
Truly, I was very pleased that now I have become Will and I in our respective social circles have become the people whomst all Dracula media is sent, which is great. It makes my job a lot easier.
Please never stop.
Never stop. But yeah, holy cow. So in order to keep this as authentic as possible, I know this trailer dropped a couple days ago, but I wanted to let you know, Will, that I watched this perhaps 3.5 minutes ago.
Oh, good,
for the first time.
I watched it right when it dropped because everyone tagged me in it, and I figured I needed to appease everybody, but I did just watch it again right before we recorded, so it'd be fresh in my memory.
Oh, cool. So we had the same idea. You just watched it for fun first, and I was like, no, I will wait.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. Do you just want to dive into this fucking thing and kind of go through a little bit about what we know so far and what our thoughts are? Yeah,
let's go for it.
Hell yeah. So this is a Universal Studios trailer for the film Renfield, which will be coming out in April of 2023, starring Nicholas Hoult as Renfield and the only Nick Cage as Dracula, as well with a supporting role of Awkwafina, who is really an excellent comic actress, as Rebecca Quincy, which is a fun little reference there. So I'm very excited about this. The trailer opens with, wow, hell of a scene in the opening of the trailer, eh?
Yes, it opens with, what would you even call this, like a support group?
Yeah, it basically looked like group therapy, but I guess it would be a support group, but I don't really know what they need support for, but it seemed like therapy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Nicholas Hoult as Renfield bursts in saying that he needs to leave a toxic relationship.
Ha ha!
So I guess the concept behind this film is that Renfield is still Dracula's long-suffering servant, and we are in contemporary, it looks like New York to me. No, actually, I remember reading that it's Baton Rouge, which is very fun. Contemporary New Orleans, and that he is still doing the bidding of Dracula after all this time, and he is finally ready to move on from his, super abusive boss, you guys. Oh, man. Yeah, and then chaos ensues, man. I don't really even know where to start with this. What's your first impression, Will?
Oh, well, there's so much happening in this trailer. I mean, you've got guys in dog masks attacking a bar with some assault rifles, and then you got Renfield gaining superpowers by eating a bug, and his eyes dilate and turn a different color, and he starts going all Wolverine on these dudes and doing some feral leaps into the air. It's wild stuff. I expected wild stuff when I started seeing these images spring of last year, but I don't know if I expected whatever I saw in this trailer.
Exactly. I was thinking this would be kind of I think I didn't know it was going to be horror comedy. I think that's the main thing. And like, I love horror comedy. I think it is a perfect marriage of genres. And I think this is actually a very good way to do it. What I am concerned about is that they will lean too hard into one or the other. Whereas like the most successful horror comedy films walk that line fucking with laser precision. And I have a feeling that this will go either too goofy or too like gory for the hell of it, or for some bizarre reason, it could be an action movie.
That is my main concern, is that it's just going to be an action movie.
It looks like an action movie. I'm not excited.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that concerns me, is that it feels like they're really leaning into this, oh, Renfield has superpowers thing, and I don't know. For me, Renfield and the whole thing of being a vampire's familiar is, it's always that, if I may be a little, it's that edging, to use a horrible analogy. It's that edging with vampires, so you're not getting the powers. It's always there. It's always on the table. I mean, it's like if you ever watch What We Do in the Shadows, it's the whole thing with Guillermo, where he keeps getting promised that he's going to give the powers and never does. So actually, like, having him get the powers feels, I don't know, sort of a betrayal of what Renfield's whole deal is, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I will say I appreciate an incredible little reference with that scene where there's like a tiny little coffin filled with bugs,
oh my God,
where he uses powers, which is like a reference to the little bee coffin in the like 30s Dracula. Love that.
Yeah, I think that's like, it really, I want it to do both, and I want it to do both horror and comedy so well, but the huge action sequence in the middle of this trailer was like fucking baffling to me. And I think I didn't actually put together what you just mentioned about, like, you kind of have to dangle the powers over Renfield's head for a little bit as motivation. So the fact that he can just kind of like be the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing is very strange, I feel like.
My hope is that maybe we're finally getting like a weird, like, freaked version of the Universal Dark Universe, but it's just like weird freak pervert versions of all of the characters. So like, yeah, maybe we'll get like sexy Igor down the line in like a Frankenstein.
I would love it. No, I was just gonna say, like, I think that this is very loosely tied to the Dark Universe, because they tried that like a decade ago and it did not work. So I think that this is them trying that again, but as you said, freakier.
Yeah. Which I'm totally on board with.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I want to see them do some more stuff with these monsters and just be weird with it. If you can't do straight adaptations with it, fine. Just do something fun with it then.
Right. And like, I don't know if like Nicholas Hoult is like a badass action hero with his 2008 sad boy eyeliner. I don't know if that's exactly it. But again, I haven't seen the movie. I'm just judging by the 2.5 minutes that were presented to me exactly
Colleen,
15 minutes ago.
You were so right, though, the 2008 thing. That's the thing. You hit the thing I've been trying to reach for, and I finally got it. This feels like a movie trailer from, like, between 2008 and, like, 2012.
I'm so sorry, and I wish I wasn't right, but, like, I know I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's also the color grading. Something our good friend Matt Hunziker will always complain about in films, and he should always complain about it, is that a lot of contemporary films just look like absolute concrete fucking garbage because they're so gray. And there was some color in this trailer, but the color grading in general really looked odd to me. It had a very strange look about it in a way that I think is reminiscent of the fucking Twilight movies, which came out in like 2008 to 2012 or wherever. Like, it does look like that, which does not make me super confident in it.
I will say, though, and I feel like we need to talk about it, Nicolas Cage as Dracula looks great. Love this look. I am very into it.
Absolutely. I think he's gonna save the show. I am curious about how much of the film he's in. I hope it is a lot, because he had, 30 seconds in that trailer, and he commanded those 30 seconds, my man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he looked great. He sounded great. I think that he is the perfect choice for a horror comedy version of Dracula. I kind of wish that, like, and maybe I'll eat my words after we see this, but like, I kind of wish that they just did goofy Dracula and he was the main character instead of the antagonist. Like, I feel like extremely campy Nick Cage Dracula is much more interesting than like your silly little guy who's like going to therapy now.
I don't know. Maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe this will be about these two characters, you know, finding that spark again, finding what made them work as their little dynamic. Maybe it's not all over for Renfield and Dracula, as I'm saying, and this movie is just about them exploring, you know, all relationships. They have their hiccups, and this one's been going on for like, you know, couple, like almost 2 centuries, like that. You know, you're gonna have your it's gonna wear on you. Maybe this is them rediscovering their passion in this movie.
I would love to see that. Yeah, I was just gonna say, well, I think, you know, we're just gonna have to see if we all get edged or not.
I'm really happy that I introduced this into the conversation, the dialogue.
You should have known. You should have known.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm very excited to see this. I want more still images of Nick Cage as Dracula, because I remember seeing some of the production stills that leaked last year, and it looked extremely over the top and kind of like 80s shitty in a way that I liked, because he has like the top hat and all that and the big rings in this, which is very fun and kind of reminiscent of the Gary Oldman Dracula, but I kind of want to see him in like a cheetah print smoking jacket. Know what I'm saying?
Yes, I exactly know what you're saying.
Yeah, like I want this to have a healthy level of sleaze, but in a fun retro way, and not a Robert Pattinson in a vampire movie way.
Yeah, I am sure we will post some of these stills when this episode goes up.
You bet we will. But this comes out in theaters on April 14th, so you can bet your ass that we will both be there, and we will be doing an episode on it that will probably be way too long, frankly, because it'll be the first new movie we've had on the podcast. But y'all can expect that mid to late April. As soon as it happens, it will be on this motherfucking podcast, man.
Yeah, that is going to be direct on the front coverage you can count on.
Yep, agreed. But anyway, thank you for joining me for this super short little catch-up while we respond to the masses as they demand.
It's, you know, it is a work of love that we do here. It's a labor of love. And there's so much demand, overwhelming demand from people from all over the country, all over the world. One person who's mostly living in India. I mean, that counts as all over the world.
I was going to be like people all over Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I'll have you know, we are very popular in the like Pennsylvania and central New York areas.
You bet your ass we are. There are dozens of us, dozens. But anyway, we will link to the trailer in the description for this episode and put up some stills on Instagram. And, you know, comment on Will's Graham what the hell y'all thought. I cannot wait to hear what your expectations are. Our friend Chris, who you will be hearing from in an upcoming episode, told us that this did not, quote, instill confidence in him. And I think that we are kind of in the same mode, but also intrigued and impressed by the comeback of Nicolas Cage. I'm here for it personally.
Just when you count him out, he pops back up, just like Dracula himself.
Hey, very nice. Well, thank you all, and we'll see you on the flip side for a full episode.
Bye.